Grand Risings. Today is Wisdom Wednesday, February 23rd, and this is your Shekinah Wisdom Podcast. Today, my lovelies, I want to talk to you about, some of the things that I encounter on my coaching path. And one of the things that I encounter is wounded people. Hurt people, right? And that's why you have to guard yourself accordingly. But hurt people also give you an opportunity to explore things that could be hidden within you. Because the symptoms that they display, 9 times out of 10, are the exaggeration of things that you are displaying. But it's magnified so that you can see it. Because if they did it on the same level that you did it, then you would co-sign the behavior rather than admonish it. We are all on this healing journey together to help each other get to the next point so we can raise the collective consciousness, and that will constitute a global evolution. Yet, that's not what always will occur. Sometimes, when you are dealing with the infirm, you can land in the infirmary yourself. And that's why you have to safeguard yourself. And another thing is, once you learn these lessons, share them with others. This is why it's important for us to share our stories with one another. When you share your stories with one another, you are empowering one another, right? And you're empowering the collective so that we can all move past this. Aren't you tired of living the life that you're currently living? Aren't you tired of all the chaos and all of the external and internal struggles that you're going through? Well, you can rid yourself of all of that by being a shepherd of your thoughts. And also by what do you allow in your circumference? We are our brothers and sisters' keepers. We have to know and understand that, right? When we came on this planet, we came with a non-discernible handbook, right? And we were expected to live a righteous life around other people without discernible handbooks and create a paradise. That's really difficult. So that is why I have more compassion for people that have gone through journeys. That's why I have more compassion for people who are... We have to start being our brothers' keepers, our sisters' keepers. And how we do that? By being your own keeper. By checking your own path, right? If you know that you are encountering friction and the same type of friction is being repeated and everywhere you go, then that means that there is some internal chaos that's going on that needs to be addressed. And until you address that, you're going to see that externally. That's what we have to know and understand. And, in safeguarding yourself against people who are infirm, right? Another thing you have to keep in mind, when people get well, do not continue addressing them as if they are still sick. Allow people that space to grow. Stop talking about what someone did yesterday or years ago, and you're not making strides to help them fix what they're going through today. I can't stand when people like to step on people when they're going through trials and tribulations. If you know that somebody is going through something and you can gossip about it to other people and things of that nature. Or you could be an assistance and help that person out. Look at society today. Look how we tear down people so readily, and we don't even care. But talking to Gen Z and communing with them, that I have developed more compassion for people. I realized that certain things you say can destroy a person's soul. And when that happens, you're going to deal with the repercussions of which. We should not be here to tear each other down. We should be here speaking life into one another so we can correct the ills that our forefathers have left for us. Not everything that the people in the past did was 100% right and exact. There was some lead in the paint. And it behooves us right now to not ignore that. Because sometimes, like, when people pass away, their sins no longer become sins anymore. They're exaggerated, and everything that person did is now great. And we can't learn the lessons from that individual. Look around. There's museums full of people like this. There's statues of people like this, right? But what message is that sending to us? When we're glorifying people who made huge mistakes that we're still being affected by today, yet the people who in our close circle, we step on them for making mistakes. We pretend like our mistakes are, on a higher scale than other people's mistakes. Like, how could you make such a mistake? I would never. That's the attitude that we are taking in life. And when you take that attitude, guess who's going to be the next one to fall? We have to know and understand whatever you put out is going to come back in. So why not send out healing vibes instead? Why not send out love and nurturing and hope that boomerangs back? If you want to know what unconditional love looks like, observe Gen Z in action. Generation Z is the most compassionate, caring, inclusive generation I've ever seen. And they've taught me a lot about interactions with people and how to remove my walls when talking to people so I can feel their energy and see what type of nurturing they need. That's what Gen Z has taught me. I want you guys to go out and just sit and observe people from Generation Z in action, right? Observe them, see if they got like a YouTube channel or Twitter, or just observe their interactions with one another. And look at how inclusive they are and how compassionate they are to people's suffering and things that they are going through. They will give you a glimpse into how you could be right now. We have to let go of our past hurts. Because as long as you continue to carry them, you'll never be totally happy. You'll never be totally happy. It's emphatically impossible. But when you let those things go and see the lessons in them, the way that you're supposed to see them, you can leave that pain behind. How do you know if you left that pain behind? Because you no longer talk about it. There was times where I thought I was healed from past situations and then easily got triggered. And the first thing that came into mind was that unsavory experience. That shows you that you haven't healed yet. But when you can wake up and those negative thoughts are no longer consuming your head and you can move on, you'll be in a greater position. I don't like listening to people talk disparagingly about people. However, if I can find a way to heal the situation, I'm going to look for that. Because that's what I want for me. If I'm sick, I want someone to be able to help me heal. And so that's why I help heal others. And yes, that's why I do attract a lot of hurtful souls that want to hurt others. But I've learned how to guard myself from those individuals. And one piece of armor that you can put on that will protect you in these scenarios is a thick skin. Is when you validate yourself. Internal validation is what will protect you when you are going through the waters of healing. And as you journey through these healing waters, right, you're going to get these sharks, you're going to get these piranhas, but you're also going to see these dolphins and seals that will be there to help you and guide you on your way. And I'm thankful for the seals, the dolphins, the sharks, and the piranhas, all of them, because every last one of them had a hand in ironing out the kinks in my life. No one's perfect on this planet. No one. We all need to hold each other's hands. That's how we can really actually be free. We can't be free. You can't be free alone. There's no freedom when you're free alone. You need your collective to come along with you. But when you're in that collective, you have to make sure you isolate those people that are sick until they are feeling better. And in that isolation process, you're not isolating them. You're still nurturing them, supporting them, giving them love and caring. But you're doing it in a way where they are not harming themselves or others in the process of their healing. I have developed so much compassion because I have developed the compassion for myself. People treat people how they treat themselves, how they see themselves. So if you see someone coming to you and they're being hateful, vindictive, you know that they don't like themselves. They are going through internal struggles, and you should not take it personal. Just get to safety as needed and find the people that can assist that person in their healing. All right, my lovelies. I want you to think about this on this Wisdom Wednesday. It is raining right now. A perfect cleansing ritual. I want you to think about everything that we discussed today. I want you to think about your own actions. Are you playing the role of the oppressor? Have you been oppressed so long that some of that toxic behavioral traits you absorb some of those toxic behavioral traits and starting to display them yourselves? Well, today is the day that you can make those corrections. Because sometimes we don't even realize it. When you have been reared in a toxic environment, that toxicity doesn't seem toxic. It seems normal. So it's going to take time, right, to reprogram yourself from that behavior. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not. But the only way you're going to be able is for you to be honest with yourself that you have these issues and come up with a way, a conscious plan of how you're going to combat that. What are you going to do daily to reinforce positive values in your life. Right? All right, my lovelies. If you need support on your healing journey, head over to ShekinahWisdom.com where you can book an appointment. If you want art therapy, you can head over to IAMUcollection.com. And if you simply want to support the work we're doing here, you can cash out Unearthing of Truth. All right, my lovelies. You have a wonderful, happy, wisdom-filled Wednesday.